Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Meg Moonbeam YouTube channel. I'm Sunny from Pluto, and today we will be starting a new weekly segment here called Weekly Crystal Predictions with me, Sunny. And if you've ever participated in a pick a card reading before, the format is very similar. We will have several groups of crystals for you to choose from. And with my connection to the crystal, with the use of oracle cards, tarot cards, or dowsing rods, we will dive into the energy and possible events that are surrounding you for the week. And before we get into this reading, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe to this channel and leave a thumbs up, as it really helps with the channel's growth. And I'd also like to mention that every crystal that you see in this video today is available at thescorplingshop.com. And for the month of June, we do have a promotional code for 10% off your entire order. Enter the words June and the number 10 at checkout. There will be a prompt for a coupon code at the checkout, and yeah, you can get 10% off your entire order. And if you'd like to learn how to book a astrology consultation with Meg, listen to our EP Songs From Pluto, or follow us on any of our socials, the links are in the description below. So as I'm filming this video today, it is a new moon in Gemini. So happy new moon to everybody. And there's one crystal that's been really speaking to me lately, especially today, and I kind of understand why I've been having this crystal around me lately. It is yellow fluorite, and yellow fluorite is very much associated with the sign of Gemini, but also just the air element in general. So it is a stone of mental focus, intellect, group projects, new ideas, and having the drive that you need to bring your ideas into the physical realm. And if you've been keeping up to date with the astrology, you know we have a lot of air going on in the chart right now, especially in the sign of Gemini. We also have Pluto in Aquarius and the South Node in Libra. So we just have like an influx of air going on right now. This all heralds in a time of social change, revolution, and crucial information. And with most of the inner planets in Gemini paired with the warmer weather coming in, we will also feel a lot of inspiration, lighthearted energy, and a push towards social gatherings. New ideas for projects or creative endeavors will also be coming in quick, like lightning during this time. I know there will be some harder aspects coming with Saturn and Neptune in the coming days, but that's okay, because today our focus, our weekly crystal prediction is surrounding the new moon in Gemini and what that means for you and what that's going to bring in for you. So also I was thinking to make this reading even more accurate and personal for you, I would suggest pairing this prediction to your sun, moon, and rising sign readings for the new moon in Gemini that Meg has uploaded here recently, and let us know how accurate all of those together are. So thank you for sitting with me through that intro. Let's get into your readings. So today we have 4 groups to choose from. We have group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, and group number 4. Please take your time in choosing the yellow fluorite that speaks to you most. If it is helpful, you can use a random number generator on Google. And also, if you would like to acquire this Atlantis Survivor altar cloth or tapestry, you can do so at thescorplingshop.com. I will be using 3 methods of divination today. I will be channeling through the crystal using oracle cards, and at the end of each reading, I will be using the dowsing rods to answer 3 of your yes or no questions. The timestamps are in the comments below. Now let's get into your reading. One, if you chose this fluorite crystal, this is your reading all about what the new moon in Gemini is bringing for you. Now, when I was tuning into your energy, I was seeing the image of a cup with very vibrant blue water, kind of like the water that is on this tapestry right now. And then when I was asking what this means, I was getting the energy of some of you are with the perspective that your cup is half full, and some of you are with the perspective that your cup is half empty. Now, for those who feel like their cup is half empty, you might not be in a relationship that you want to be in. You might not be living in the place that you'd like to live in. Things might not just be looking like exactly how you want them to be. And I really feel like you're dismissing a lot of the good things that you have achieved in life and how far you've actually come. Maybe there's just been like little headache after headache. And as I'm talking, it's like getting increasingly more windy. So I feel like there's a lot of clouded thoughts just rambling through your mind that you really need to just take some time to sit with yourself and kind of clear those negative things that are going through your head, or not even negative, just like anxious worry, just like the continuation and like repetition and cycling and spiraling of all of these what ifs, or I don't have this and I don't have that and blah blah blah. Like, you need to really take a moment to just ground and feel gratitude. Go into your heart space and feel gratitude for who you are, who you really are, not what your thoughts are telling you that you are, and for what you've achieved and what you've accomplished in life, and all the things that you are going to continue to achieve and accomplish with your drive. And yellow fluorite is perfect for that, because it is going to clear that mental fog, and it is going to bring in that focus and that drive to not only believe in yourself, but to collaborate and be open with others. Now, for those of you who are of the perspective that your cup is half full, you've done a lot of mental clearing and a lot of grounding lately, and a lot of gratitude. You may have even started a gratitude list, or started telling people in your life why you're grateful for them, or also what you're grateful for. So like those who feel like their cup is, I can't say this, like those who feel like their cup is half empty, you are not exactly where you want to be. Like, who really is? But sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves, especially if you're scrolling through social media and you get a glimpse into other people's lives and they seem so perfect, or they seem like they have so many things. That's something that you really become aware of, and you're taking a step back from, and you're actually looking at your life and saying, you know what, I've actually done a lot, and I'm going to continue to do a lot, and I'm going to get those things that I want to get. So you have like a more of a positive perspective, and you're moving past that anxious spiraling in the mind. So that's what I'm getting for group number 1 through this crystal. Either way, if you're of the perspective of half empty or half full, you are on the right path. This message is for you, and we're going to see what the new moon in Gemini is bringing for you. Let me just move this here. More yellow fluorite energy. Okay, so we have the cards already picked for you. Let's see what is going on with you. These are some astrology cards. Oh, wow. Okay. This is so, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, first of all, we have endurance, which is the sun in Scorpio. Like I was saying, you're both been on paths where at times, it's funny that I'm talking to like 2 different groups of people. This is very a Gemini thing. It's like one side, and it's like one twin and the other twin. It's very strange. But the endurance is like, you have been going through it. You've been going through a lot. There's been like some tedious things, some annoyances, some surprises, and like housekeeping things that you weren't expecting, or you may have even forgot about, and it kind of has just been like piling on. Well, you are actually going to be receiving some type of reward in your sense of self. So it's not going to be from something that's outside of yourself. It's actually conquering your mind, conquering the demons from within yourself, conquering the hardness from within yourself. And like I said, half of you have already kind of gone over that hill, and the other half of you are kind of just going through that now. But this shows me that you have the strength to do it, and you are doing it, and the sun is blessing you. As you see, like the sun is shining down on you to be able to get through these hard times. This is temporary, as is everything in life. It seems like it's been kind of a long journey or path and something that you're kind of tired of, but like this card suggests, which is the moon in Virgo, we need some type of order. So creating a routine, creating a new routine, or adding new things into your routine. Maybe there's something that you're deficient in. I'm not a doctor or a nutritionist, but maybe there is like a vitamin that you need or something that you're not getting day to day. This is so random, but for some of you, I just randomly felt like saw an image or actually started tasting yogurt in my mouth. So if you guys do eat dairy products, or if you don't eat dairy products, some type of a probiotic I think would be really good for you, because it feeds the healthy bacteria in your gut, which actually helps with your mood, your hormones, and your mindset. So that's something that would be really great. And you see like the plants growing in this picture, it's like the bacteria in your tummy being like, thank you. And also order, it's like planting those seeds, and every day, in order for those seeds to grow, you need to water them. So instead of going through the spirals, instead of letting the annoyances kind of get you down and stop you, or kind of get you depressed, or you use that as an excuse, don't use the hard times as an excuse to not continue, or like go into that victim mode of like, oh, everything is so difficult right now, so I'm just gonna like not do anything. I mean, there are times where taking rest is necessary and is totally okay, but don't use the hard times as an excuse to not get your things in order. And then, are you guys Geminis? Like, how many of you in this pile are actually Geminis? We have the indecision. So again, it's like going back and forth between half full, half empty. This is really funny. This is the Venus in Libra, and you really got to, again, don't let the hard times like take you or have you stray away from what it is that you really want. What it is that you really want is completely possible. It's actually just up to you. And yes, there is divine timing, and there is certain circumstances, and there are certain people that help us get there along the way. But you do have the strength and endurance. You just need to put everything into motion and everything into order. Okay. Emotional intelligence. Wow. This is an celestial crystal. There's loud noises, sorry. Ancient healing, cord cutting. Wow. Okay, so that could have a lot to do with what's going on with you, actually. An Atlantis scepter. Wow. Spiritual awakening. Wow. So you have like 2 awakening cards and a, letting go card. Okay. Crystal. So let me just move these a little bit. So what is coming in for you is you're feeling so many things right now, and you're being put to the test through so many different things right now that seem like so annoying and trivial, because you are learning how to, control yourself or be more in touch with yourself. You're having an awakening, and in order to have that awakening, you need to broaden your perspective, and you need to actually be able to feel lots of things. A lot of us are afraid to feel things, and we hold ourselves back from feeling, which actually closes our perspective and actually minimizes like the experience, like the richness of experience that we can have in life. So the more that you feel, the more vast your inner world is, the more vast your understanding and your perception of the universe or spirituality or yourself even is. So my favorite saying of all time is, know thyself and thou shalt truly know the universe. That's like an ancient saying. We don't know where it comes from, an ancient mystic. And that's really what's going on here, is like you're getting to know yourself, and to really open those parts of yourself, we need to go through those hard times, because you are going to get yourself through all those hard times, and you're going to get yourself out of all those hard times, and you're going to continue to move forward and push forward and look into new avenues and go down different paths and roads, because you're here to have an awakening. And it's really interesting that the celestial quartz is like, very like smoky, like citrine. So it's got that yellow, it's got that mind and like that emotional, like the solar plexus energy, kind of like what we're working with here with the yellow fluorite. And then this cord cutting is really strong here for me, because a lot of the things too that you could be experiencing, you might, because you are an emotional person, or that you have been opening yourself to the emotional worlds more, you might be picking up on things that aren't actually yours. It could be generational. It could be from friends or from past relationships, or something karmic that is being brought up for you to actually heal and cut yourself away from. Just because somebody else went through something really difficult and traumatic doesn't mean that the residue from that experience has to linger in your life and create blockages or create difficulties for you. So really tune into that. I feel like some of you know, I feel like this is happening right now for some of you, like with a specific person or situation, but also for a lot of you, this is something that you've came in with generationally, and you might just be like, why are things just like so difficult for me all the time? Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm trying so hard. I know what I want to get there. It's because there is something karmically or generationally that needs to be released that isn't yours to continue on or to carry or to pass down. So there are certain cord cutting rituals that you can do. You could even use crystals to cut the cords, pretend like they're swords and stuff. I don't want to get fully into that because we need to keep going here. But I'm really excited for you, because then you have this Atlantis scepter. You have this scepter of wisdom, and it is another awakening card. It's a spiritual awakening. So you might be aware that, especially for me coming from a Scorpio, somebody with a Scorpio stellium, you know, like my early life was very difficult, and I, day to day, every day since I was a child, experience extreme emotions, high to low, all within a day. It's like very rare that I don't feel everything in one day, and sometimes that can be really difficult, but it's for a purpose. Like I said, the more emotion that you can feel, that you can accept, that you can breathe through, that you can feel through inside your body, the vaster your inner world, your perspective, and your understanding of yourself and the universe and others are. So you are here because you are you're here to make a difference, to help the world in transition, going through, you know, again, like sort of a repeat of the Atlantis disaster of Atlantis, you know, being flooded or being infiltrated by reptilians or whatever you want to call them. We're kind of going through a repeat of that, and that's why you're here right now, and that's why it can seem really difficult, because it's uncomfortable and you're like, I don't like this. I just want to be free. I just want to, you know, I think something, I want to, you know, make it quick. So that, again, I feel like a lot of you guys have either like really heavy Mercury, Pluto, or Gemini in your chart, because I'm feeling like the magician archetype coming up from the tarot, which is like you have everything that you need, you just pull it down, and it's like quick. You are an alchemist. You need to step into that. So we're going through a very big awakening right now. Okay. This is crazy. Is it crazy, or is it just the way it is? You know, okay, we got amethyst, intuition. So you're going through a spiritual awakening right now. Every time we have like an upgrade or new information enters our aura, into our field, and penetrates our mind, it can be really heavy, because we looked at our life one way, but then we got a new, like a key, we unlocked the door, and we're like, oh wait, maybe I didn't know everything, or maybe this isn't how it's supposed to be for me. So it can be really heavy when we get new information that kind of alters where we were at or where we thought we were going. So again, be gentle with yourself, but don't allow the heaviness to like turn you into a victim where you like refuse to move forward because it's too hard. Like, we don't want to get into the victimhood of it. You're a really strong person. and you're just going through a spiritual awakening. And also you might have been getting like really strong, obviously with the spiritual awakening and the awakening emotional intelligence and stuff like that, you may have been getting really strong psychic insights. So I would suggest writing down like everything that comes into your head, every idea, even if it seems stupid, or if you see repetitions of things, if you see synchronicities of things, take note of that, and maybe even write down some of your dreams, because they could be keys leading you in the right direction. I feel like you're being kind of redirected in a way. Like there's something that you want. There's like a goal and a dream and a path that you really want to find yourself succeeding in, but there's kind of been like a detour, and you're still gonna get to that place that you want to get to. It's just there's a few other things that you have to do the shadow work, I guess, first before you can get there, before you're fully capable, before your soul is fully advanced enough to actually achieve those things and become like that master manifester that you want to be. Okay, protection. Again, like with the cord cutting, there's something or someone around you, some type of influence. Like I was saying earlier, when it came to like spiraling with your thoughts, like you are not those thoughts. Those are just thoughts, and you're creating like chaos and commotion, and you can create a depression by like spiraling in those thoughts. And it could also be being like echoed or enhanced by someone else's presence or by someone else's thought processes, like their own, that has nothing to do with you, but it's influencing you to stay in that like negative headspace. Like you got to cut yourself off from that, or you have to really be strong and realize that has nothing to do with you, and that shouldn't affect your evolution, that shouldn't affect your progression. So let's do some protection prayers and rituals, and even working with black obsidian or black tourmaline, anything that's a black crystal, amethyst, aquamarine, doing cord cutting, smudging, like those are, or praying, even feeding yourself properly, feeding your gut. Those are feeding your gut the proper bacteria. Those are really important things for you to do right now. Okay, and so with the blue lace agate, that's really funny. I was feeling this card, and like I said at the beginning of the reading, I was seeing like the very vibrant blue water in the cup. So with the blue lace agate, because you are going through so much, it's been really hard. It's like you're treading through waves, through very heavy waters. Sometimes it's easy to shut down and again go into that like that cocoon of yourself where you kind of just start feeling bad for yourself, and then the thoughts start spiraling. You need to communicate. Communication doesn't just have to be with other people. It could also be with yourself. Like once you start feeling those things, I know this sounds weird, but maybe it doesn't, because we're all here. We're all into the woo-woo stuff. Look at yourself in the mirror when you're feeling like really down. Go look at yourself in the mirror and talk to yourself. I can guarantee you, unless you're in a really, really, really bad headspace that you cannot get yourself out of in the moment, and something needs to be communicated to yourself from a very dark shadow space, you are going to see like the warrior that you are, and you're going to see clearly what you need to do and who you are and what you have. Talk to yourself in the mirror as if you were your higher self, or you were God, or you were an angel, or if you were just like, you weren't in a body, you were a spirit talking to you, looking at yourself from an outside perspective. Talk to yourself. Honestly, you need to trust yourself more. You have gotten yourself through so much, and the new moon in Gemini is really showing you that you are strong and that you are going to get to where you need to go through continuing to create order in your life, continuing to move forward, not looking at the glass half empty, but half full or almost full. And all this is happening because you are going through an awakening, and a lot is being brought up from the past, as in trauma or, karma, and possibly people that they're not the best influence for you right now because they're here on their evolution and you're moving up here. And that's not to say that you're better than them. We're just all on different places in our journey, and you need to be able to communicate with yourself, with others, but also, I mean, like Gemini, like I was saying earlier, maybe go to groups or be around friends who are like-minded and really talk to them about what's going on with you. Maybe you don't talk about your emotions a lot or what you're going through with people because you don't want people to feel bad for you, but you'll feel bad for yourself. Like, you need to get out of this like cocoon, and maybe you've already started to, and if you have, then this is all a confirmation that you are on the right path. Now, to end this reading off, we're going to see some more of the astrology cards. Okay, Scorpio, I mentioned the intensity of being a Scorpio before, and Pluto, and the archetype of the magician and being an alchemist is very much Scorpio. So again, this is very deep. We have the 8th again, Scorpio, obviously. This is some really deep stuff. I mean, amethyst, obsidian, blue lace agate, all of this is very Scorpio vibes. And also, if you're a Scorpio, then, or if the person that you're dealing with is a Scorpio, then this is a confirmation for you. Okay, and then we have Pallas Athena. So this is actually clearing and bringing light to the thoughts, like I said before, that are no longer serving you, that are just like putting you into a funk. Let's get some clarity of thought. And then we have the 10th house, authority. Have authority over, look, there's mountains and stuff. All these cards are like so similar. It's very interesting to see. Have authority over yourself and the type of life that you want to lead, and be very clear about it. Let's start looking at the higher aspects of all the things that you want to do, not, you know, some of the tedious things that are going on around you. Those are all tests to get you strong enough, to get you feeling deeply enough to be able to actually achieve these things. You know, you can't get the big grand picture without going through the tough times, and it takes, in order to actually believe in yourself enough to be like, wow, I can actually alchemize all this and create the life that I've always dreamed of, because I can count on me, and it's me, and it's me initiating what needs to be initiated. It's me talking to who needs to be spoken to. It's me, you know, building relationships, putting energy into healthy relationships to get me to where I want to go. So the new moon in Gemini just wants you to know that you're very strong, to rewire your thinking patterns, and to know that you are on the right path, and that you are going through a very big spiritual awakening right now, because you have some trauma coming up and some cord cutting that needs to be done in order to, you know, get to the top of this mountain. Now we're going to ask the dowsing rods 3 yes or no questions that you might have in this moment. So think of your first question. Yes. Okay. Your second question. No. And your third question. Yes. Okay, thank you so much, group number 1. If this reading resonated with you, let us know by leaving a yellow heart emoji in the comments. Sending so much love and crystal blessings your way. See you next week. Bye. Number 2, if you chose this yellow fluorite crystal, this is your reading all about what the new moon is bringing and showing you. So right off the bat, I'm feeling like a very cool energy. I don't know how to explain it. Like somebody who's just cool, you know, like a cool dude on a motorcycle, or, you know, like that. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. I just, the word cool is coming to my head. And also, not only is it like the type of person or the personality that you might have or somebody in your life might have, but it's also just like the vibe surrounding you this month. Like a lot of cool opportunities, a lot of unexpected cool new things are going to be coming up in your life. Like that's very vague, but something really cool. I just keep on saying the word cool. That's cool. Or unexpected. Maybe somebody is even going to be like, oh, that's cool. Or you're going to hear, I mean, that is kind of like a regular phrase that we use, but it's gonna stick out. It's gonna stand out. Maybe somebody new, you're gonna tell them an idea and they're gonna be like, oh wow, that's really cool, or you're really cool. I don't know where this is going, but just the vibe of being cool surrounds you. Like even now I'm like moving my shoulders, like I'm swaying back and forth like a wave, like I'm a cool guy with some sunglasses on. Something really cool and unexpected is about to come into your life, or may already have, or is unfolding right now. That is the vibe I'm picking up for you. Let's see what's going on with the cards. So we'll start with some astrology cards. So we have, okay, domination. So cool could also be like an ego, or like an air that we carry, be like we're too cool for school, or like I don't want to get into that, I don't want to talk about, or certain things are like beneath me, or you know what I mean, like either that or somebody is trying to get a reaction out of you because they just can't handle how cool you are, or how cool that you're feeling, or how, you know, like relaxed and like unbothered you're feeling. Okay, then we have loss. This is interesting. I don't feel bad about that. So the domination is Mars in Sagittarius. Then we have Saturn in Pisces, which is loss. I have Saturn in Pisces. We have Saturn in Pisces right now. And then we have, Moon in Libra, companionship. Okay. So I feel like someone's trying to like, this could be actually a relationship ending. Okay. You are too cool for school. You're over it. Like you know who you are. You don't need to like over exert yourself or like over prove yourself. And somebody is really trying to get that reaction from you. And this could result in a loss of that connection. But it actually opens up the opportunity for companionship with people, or someone who actually understands you and matches that energy of like, I'm just me and I don't need to prove myself, and I don't want to prove myself, and I don't want to be with somebody where it's like pulling teeth, or it's like hard to be around them, or it's like cringy to hear their voice, or you just feel stressed out and annoyed, like instantly annoyed being around them. So the loss, I don't feel like is actually a negative loss, even though we have like these dominating looking cards and like kind of creepy looking cards. Look, there's still like people here together. I feel like it's a death, like it's a transformation, it's a death of something that no longer works. That's actually good for you, because you're like, I know what I want. I am tired of like playing these games. I just want to be me. I just want to be with people and with somebody who, like, either if it's romantic or friendly, I just want to be surrounded by people who, you know, like take care of themselves and are strong in themselves, and I don't have to feel like I'm babysitting or dealing with someone else's shit all the time. That's like where you're at. So that's where I'm getting like the really cool vibe from. That's very Aquarius. So you might be an Aquarius or have an Aquarius moon like me. I kind of feel like I relate to you here with that. Okay, so that's kind of what's coming in with you. There might be it might be a little bit annoying and stressful, but I feel like you're at the point mentally where you're like, it's just, you don't care anymore. It's like, whatever. It's like, okay, cool, bye. That was great. Let's move our separate ways. I don't want to play your games. I don't want to be stressed out by you. I don't want to have to prove anything. I am me and I am great. And I'd like to also be with other people who are very authentically them and are very authentically great. So we got inner child innocence. Wow. We got master healer self-healing. Okay, makes sense. And we got inner self new gifts. Okay, cool. So interesting. Inner child innocence. I mean, you just want to be you. You don't want to have to overexert yourself. You don't want to have to prove yourself. You just want to be there, and it would be nice if the people that are around you accept you for who you are and don't make you have to work or prove why you're this or why you think that or why whatever. You just want to explore. You just want to have a good time. You know, you're just over all the drama. And if there is drama that doesn't have to do with you, that's on the outside that you can be detached from, it's entertaining. Like, you're just very much like in the observer and like wanting to just experience, like, I want to eat nice food. I want to listen to good music. I want to wear nice clothes. I want to be creative. I want to, you know, maybe add a little bit of flair to my style. I want to explore my inner self, and it's all very innocent because it's just you expressing like your true authentic self. That is what your inner child wants and needs most, is to just have love for yourself and to have the confidence, and not even confidence, but like courage and bravery to just, you know, like try new things, or just to, you know, I don't know, put on an outfit that other people think is ridiculous, but you might friggin' love, you know, like that's your inner child, and that's very cool because nobody can take that away from you. That's you being you, and if someone else thinks it's stupid, like they're just not on the same wavelength as you, and it doesn't even matter, doesn't even faze you, goes right over your head. Thanks, have a good life. Then we have the master healer, self-healing. Like you've obviously gotten to this point because life has been interesting and full, and a lot of depth, a lot of, you know, difficult experiences, and, you know, learning the dynamics between people and seeing like how mean people can be to each other, or how like heavy things could be, and how like messy people can make life when it doesn't really have to be like that. Like, yes, there are difficult things that we feel, yes, there are hard times that we go through, but that doesn't mean that like we need to like fucking, you know, be running in the streets screaming like bloody murder, like everything is wrong and that everything fucking sucks and that you can't do this and you can't do that. Like there's just, it's like enough of like these like blockages and stipulations and rules and guilts that people put on themselves just because of what they went through, or just because of like what someone else is going through. Like that has, you've done so much inner work and healing on yourself that this is just like a confirmation that it is time for you to like flourish in these spaces that you are accepted and with people whose energy like resonates with yours. Sorry, my phone was ringing. And I feel like this is kind of a repetition of that. It's the inner self is so strong that new gifts and opportunities, new things are to be conquered. Like you've gone through all this other stuff you don't care about anymore. It's time to move on, and you're looking for something new. So that's why I was feeling, you know, like something new, cool, and unexpected is coming into your life. New gifts are coming to you because of all the self-work, all the realizations that you've had within yourself. Tiger Eye, which has to do a lot with confidence. Oh, or this one is saying animals, which is interesting. So, you know, like spirit of the tiger for real. Again, that's like courageousness, bravery, leadership, but also spending time with more animals. I don't know if that resonates with you. Maybe you're gonna get a new dog, something cool and exciting, or like a new cool experience with animals. For some reason the animal part is really sticking out to me, but again, this is just a confirmation that you have bravery, you have courage, and it's time for you to lead yourself in the direction where, you know, people can actually appreciate your energy, and where you can actually like funnel your energy and your expertise into something that will actually grow, moving away from things that are just like keeping you down or away from what you really want in life. Wow. Okay, so we have lapis lazuli here, and again, the words here are really speaking out to me. Problems resolved. Like we have a lot of like inner knowing, self-knowing energy going on here. Like you come to a place where like it's like things are just kind of just like gonna clean themselves up. You know, this person might actually give up fighting with you or trying to get something out of you because you're not giving anything back. You're not feeding their shit anymore. You're just like, bye. Like it's time for something completely new. I feel like something is really going to take you by surprise. Like, yes, you have goals, and yes, you might have an idea of what could be coming, and like you're open and you're looking for cool new things to do, new opportunities, maybe traveling, maybe like a new investment opportunity, or like some money. Like you kind of feel and know that something's coming, but like you don't know the exact like details. There's going to be some type of like a surprise, and you're gonna like, oh wow, that's so cool, I didn't expect that. And it's going to open your world to so many new things or new ideas, new inspirations. You're gonna be looking at life differently because you've allowed yourself to have this new experience. You know, we think we want all these things, and then we get there, and then it's like, but between that and along the way, we learn or experience things that, you know, were unexpected, that weren't planned for, and then it opens us to having new perspectives, having a vaster perspective, which is what you need right now, because you're kind of tired of what's, you know, what you've had. You're over it because you know who you are and you're a strong person. Okay, and Kunzite, children. Okay, so again, we have like two cards kind of connecting to the innocence of like children and inner child. Maybe this has something to do with reconnecting or connecting with your children. Maybe you do have children and that you're moving on. Maybe you're taking your children out of like a toxic environment, or you're, you know, separating yourself from a toxic relationship that is affecting the life of your children. But also just, again, connecting to like that higher heart innocence, like your inner child is like really wanting to just like be free and explore, and it's like really over the bullshit because you are fulfilling yourself, your inner self, your inner child with the love that it needs and that it wants, and it feels safe to like move forward and move on. Okay, so last cards, progression. See, journey. You're on a journey, and it is I think I even used the word progression. Did I use that? Maybe that was in the other pile. But we are progressing onto the next level of life, meaning a lot of things and a lot of people are going to go bye-bye, but I feel like you're totally okay with that. And then we have series, which is nurturing yourself. Again, so many cards about nurturing yourself, believing in yourself, not giving into other people's crap, not feeding other people's drama. Like, do what makes you feel good and what makes you feel like you want to bloom. You know, again, we have the seed, like cutting shit out and moving forward. And then we have Neptune vision. You have you have a vision. There is something that you want to achieve. Like, you're very, again, with the cool aspect, like you're very you're a visionary, you know, like you don't have time to waste with people who are going to make you feel like crap all the time, or who feel like crap about themselves and want to keep you down. Like, that's boring. And you have a vision and you want to fill your world with color. Like I was saying before, you want to eat nice food, you want to wear nice clothes or cool clothes, interesting clothes, and you want to just be like immersed into like the art of life without having people trying to make you like prove why, or like make you like kind of show them like your perspective. Like, if they don't get it, they don't get it. If they're not on the same page, they're not on the same fucking page. You know what I mean? So that's what's going on with you. A lot of cool new experiences are coming in. I encourage you to really dive into your creative streak and to express yourself fully, not only through, you know, an artistic medium, but through your physical appearance and maybe through your expression when you're talking to people. Maybe you can be more flamboyant. Maybe you'd like to even dance or sing or join like, you know what? Join a drama class instead of actually having drama in your life. Like, act the drama, and like you've witnessed the full scope of like crazy in life, that you can actually like embody it and act it, and it's entertaining for you. So a lot of fun things are coming for you. It might be a little bit difficult losing or cutting some people out, or maybe not. Maybe it's going to come easy to you and you don't even care and you're just going to move forward. But I just want you to know that the loss and that the cutting and the nurturing of yourself is actually very positive, and it is something that you need to do. So if there's someone that you need to cut out of your life, or if there's something that you need to end in your life, just know that's coming with the Gemini new moon that we're under today, and it's coming in quick, and it needs to happen now. So we're going to end this reading off with 3 of your yes or no questions. I'm going to ask the dowsing rods. And yeah, so ask. So think of your first question. Yes. Okay. Think of your second question. Also yes. Thank you. And your third and final question for this reading. yes. So 3 yeses in a row. If this reading resonated with you, please let us know by leaving a lightning bolt emoji in the comments. Sending you so much love and crystal blessings your way. See you next week. Bye. Hello, group number 3. If you picked this fluorite, this is your new moon in Gemini predictions. Okay, so this fluorite in particular is very, very interesting. It has very nice, perfectly shaped cubes that are very lustrous and gemmy and very clear, kind of like jello. I want to eat it. So there is a sense of something new, shiny, and beautiful emerging from the seed of your soul, from your solar plexus, from the flower. It's flowering and blooming out of the center of your soul. And I say new, but it might not be new as in a concept that you may have had, or like something, a goal that you've been working towards, or just a gift that you were born with. However, I feel like it's new as in the energy surrounding this thing is very supportive. It's new energy because, like I was saying in one of the other readings beforehand, that there is divine timing. Although, you know, we can create the life that we want to live to a certain degree, there's also divine timing. And we need to wait sometimes for things to be supported by, you know, the movement of the planets and our free will and God's will for us. So I just feel like something really beautiful is emerging from you that's actually like crystallizing, like this crystal. Something, I want to say, like it's crystallizing from you. It's ready to be put out into the world, into the universe. You are going to be recognized for something that has been inside of you, that has been part of you for a very long time. Like this is your time to shine. Okay, so like you are stepping into, you know, having people notice you, or meeting the right people, or being in the right place at the right time, or getting some type of an opportunity that will allow this thing, this gift that you were born with, to very much be seen, be and for you to receive positive affirmations surrounding it, or even praise to a certain degree, and a level of success. So that's really exciting. Let's see what the cards say. Starting with some astrology cards. We have criticism. Okay, that's really interesting. So it's Mars and Virgo, and it's criticism. So again, when we step into this place of being recognized for our gifts, we are opening ourselves up to criticism. So although we are going to be being seen for the amazing gifts that we were born with and the natural talents that we have, people will also have an opinion about it. And that's completely normal. And that's actually something that you want, because it gets talk going about you. And if you want to be recognized for something, or if there's something that you're really good at, like people are going to need to question it, right? Like question everything. There's going to be opposing energies towards whatever it is, especially if what you're doing is very titillating and very authentically you. When you have the bravery to like really put that out there, to put yourself out there, it can be activating for some people, but it could also be very triggering for some people, because there's certain boundaries that we all haven't crossed yet. So your medicine could feel like a dagger to some. And again, that's like very normal and very general in the world of, you know, being kind of public in certain aspects. Like not everyone's gonna like you, but also if some people don't like you, it doesn't necessarily have to do with you. It has to do with them and where they're at on their journey. So there will be criticism surrounding what you do. There will be questions surrounding what you do, and that's perfectly okay, because people's eyes are going to be on you. And with this, like, you know, like the wheat and the golden hair and the flowers and stuff like that, it's not necessarily because what you're doing is bad. You're not getting criticism for doing something like purposely bad, okay? Like, my greatest example right now is I love Elvis. Elvis is my favorite entertainer and ascended master. Thank you. And when he first came onto the scene, he was very authentic and he was very different, and he was criticized a lot for doing what he did, dancing and expressing himself and singing the way he felt most natural, the way that he was born to do it. And it was so exciting to watch, and it brought in like a whole new world of music and pop culture and entertainment, and just like a new level of artistry that we weren't that we didn't have yet. But it was because he was doing beautiful things. He was actually sharing his gifts, his flowers, and the people who didn't understand it were pointing at it and questioning it, but also the people who were happy with it and who took to it positively and who were fans of him were also pointing fingers at him and saying, look, oh my God, do you believe this? This is crazy. What do you think about this? So criticism isn't always like harsh, Wow, I went far with that one card. Harmony. Okay, wow. So then we have the sun in Libra. This is beautiful. So this is something, again, Libra also represents the arts and music and the finer things in life. And especially with the sun shining down, like, this is something that, you were born to do, and that's going to bring harmony in your life, because it's part of your purpose on the planet is to share these gifts that you have, and it's going to create a sense of happiness and harmony in your own life. But because it's coming from such a beautiful place inside yourself, and it is like your art and your creativity and your authentic voice, it's going to bring that harmony. That energy is going to spread into the lives of others who are watching you, listening to you, whatever medium it is, receiving your goods that you create, listening to your music, reading your book, etc. It's going to, that energy is going to transfer into their personal lives and into their homes too. Oh, wow. And then, you can't make this stuff up, you guys. Okay, then we got Jupiter, planet of luck, in Taurus. And it's funny because Jupiter just left Taurus too. So this is also telling me that the Jupiter in Taurus transit was probably somewhere very positive for you in your chart. And the benefits from that transit over the past year and a few weeks, the benefits from that are really starting to fruit and manifest in your life right now. So again, you're reaching a certain level of status in your life when it comes to your gifts and what you were put on the planet to do. So that's very interesting. Let's see what crystals you get. Wow, okay, this is so weird. Did I not oh my gosh. The more we get into these, the more crazy I feel. New inspiration, you got the quartz cluster. So again, like I said, the energy surrounding the gifts that you have and what you want to put out into the world is very supportive at the moment. Please take advantage of this moment. You might be feeling more positive lately. Last year might have been heavier. The end of last year was very heavy for a lot of us. And with all this air, it's people are open. You're feeling open to just, what if I just share this and not care and just see what happens? This is what I like to do, whether it affects many people or whether it affects, one or two people. Let me do this because this is what I'm meant to do. That's amazing. One tribe, community. Okay, so in doing so, you are creating a community, you're attracting a community, you're building a community, you are setting a spot for yourself within your community by showing up and saying, hey, I do this too. I'd like to support you, and I would like it if you supported me as well. I would like your support in return. Let's do this together. I'm not just the only person in the world that has this talent. You know what I mean? So more going into the spaces where what you do is normal. So again, if you're a musician, for example, collaborating with other musicians who play similar music, or being a part of a music festival, or if you want to be a YouTuber, sharing your content on YouTube and knowing that there's thousands or hundreds of other people that are sharing similar content, but they're not you, but they're sharing similar content to what you're doing. You're joining a community by, finally it feels like the right time to properly get yourself out there. And time travel, present moment. Oh, wow. Okay, so like I said before, you were born with this gift, and you've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and visualizing and imagining and like knowing what's to come in your life. And yes, you've been living your life, but like this one thing, it hasn't like fully fruited yet. And it's like, well, you've time traveled to now, because the present moment, the perfect time is now. Oh my gosh, so many amazing confirmations for the new moon in Gemini. Fuchsite healing. Okay, let me pick more. We got Cinnabar business. Wow. Okay, past life patterns. Okay, so here it's like a pattern or a journey or a path of healing. A lot of healing that you had to do, a lot of inner work that you had to do, a lot of understanding yourself in order to, you know, be ready now. You know, like we go through things in life, we have goals in mind, but you know, sometimes we need to deal with what's going on in our life that's not outside of ourselves, or that doesn't just have to do with like our authentic gifts or our talents. You know, like there are certain experiences that we have in life, relationships that we have in life, traumas that we have in life that we need to work through and deal with and just live our life and heal, so that we can even be stronger or better at what it is that we were born with. So, and then this Cinnabar is basically with like the sacral chakra and everything, and business is just basically telling me that, you know, you do have the drive. You're a very creative person. Work with that energy. Maybe move the energy through from your sacral chakra. Maybe you should be dancing or moving your body or working out, or putting a lot of energy into your business ideas. Like you have that drive, that energy is very strong. The fire within you is very strong. Again, I'm not surprised that Elvis came up, because Elvis had that fire, that drive, that creativity. And maybe Elvis is one of your guides too. And then we have past life patterns. Okay, so like I said, you were born with this gift, but again, when it comes to, you know, somebody who really is into the spirituality and the crystals, you know, we came from Atlantis, Lemuria. These are all very highly advanced, highly intelligent civilizations that we came from, that all kind of went through some type of a disaster. So we came in, and not only that, but even recent Earth history, like with the world wars and like slavery in all continents, in all countries, and you know, things like that, poverty, that kind of stuff. We hold that memory in our DNA. It's in our cell memory, you know. So we're working past, you know, healing and getting over those things, so that we can be the light. We can actually give light or give life to the gifts that we're meant to share, because we were able to heal those things. You know what? A theme that's going on through all of these groups is like very deep healing has happened. And with the new moon in Gemini, a lot of things are being released and ready to go forward. That's what I've been noticing. So for the last bit of your reading, we're going to look at some more astrology astrology cards. Okay, opposition and confrontation. That's interesting. Then we have the 5th house of passion. Okay, wow. Oh, and then we have the root, the IC, which is the opposite of your midheaven. Okay, so this is so interesting. Okay, I'm like, I really resonate with this group. It feels like a lot of odds have been against you, because you might be a little bit of an oddball, or you're different, or you're a black sheep, you know, and what you have to share is so authentically you that a lot of people probably shamed you for it, because they don't have that confidence in themselves. And again, like the criticism card here that we have with the Mars and Virgo from the beginning, there's going to still be opposition. Somebody might comment something on your video or say something to you that, you know, makes you feel like shit, or they might like really dive into your insecurities because they're so insecure about themselves. But that's something that you need to continue to get through. And your medicine is so strong that you're going to, in your life, continue to have strong reactions from people, because you're a strong person. And the 5th house passion, again, like really, 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 if you've been like kind of avoiding certain steps that you need to take or kind of feeling afraid, now is the time to really let your passion out. And even this was like another theme with group 2 as well, like try something new that's creative. Okay, just really get that passion, really, really express yourself passionately. And again, like these are just all confirmations. This is what you were born to do. Like this is something that comes naturally to you. This is like your inner self. This is how you know how to build things. So you may, like a tree, your roots are really, really deep in the earth. You know the depths of emotion, the depths of the human existence, and that's something you really need to go through, like that muck in the shadow, to be able to like get it up and get it out, because your voice is so strong. Your what you have to share needs to be heard by so many people. It is so healing. You are a very wise and old, what's the word, like you've been here. Your voice needs to be heard. Like what you have to share is I don't know what the word is. It's like, I don't want to use the word mandatory. I don't know why I can't think of the word. Like we need you. We need you here right now to share what it is that you need to share. And you've worked really hard to get here, not just in this life, but in many lives. And the time right now with this Gemini new moon, and like I said, with the Jupiter in Taurus transit, like that's just passed, like things are set up for you in your favor. Please, please, please take the extra steps, go the extra mile, and get yourself out there. Okay, so now we're going to end the reading by asking the dowsing rod 3 of your yes or no questions. So think of your first question. Okay, that's a yes. Think of your second question. That's a no. And your third and final question. That's a yes. Okay, thank you so much. Please let us know if this reading resonated with you by leaving a sun emoji in the comments. Sending so much love and crystal blessings your way. See you next week. Bye. Hey, group number 3, if you chose this fluorite crystal, this is your reading all about what the new moon in Gemini is bringing in for you. Okay, so this is kind of strange, or is it not? I don't know. I'm just feeling like recently, within like past few days, like somebody really hurt your feelings. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but something has been triggered within you emotionally, like a wellspring from somebody that you really do care about, that you have love for. It could be a family member, it could be a lover, it could be a friend. I feel like somebody hurt your feelings or said something that kind of has taken you aback a little bit. So right now I just feel like you might be feeling a little bit upset. I also just got an image of a horse. So, the horse spirit might be coming in to help heal your hurt emotions, or you could enjoy horseback riding, or you could be even going horseback riding soon. Something to do with a horse. You could be a horse in Chinese astrology. But yeah, something to do with healing a certain wound that has just been triggered within you. So let's see what the cards have to say. So we're going to start with some astrology cards. Fulfillment, which is Saturn in Sagittarius. Then we have intuition, Mercury in Cancer. And then we have negotiation, Jupiter in Libra. Okay, this is interesting. This group is probably the oddest group so far. Okay, so you might be a little bit of an oddball. You might not even know fully what's going on yourself. I feel like you have been kind of just like pulled off your course all of a sudden, or you're just like, whoa, what's happening? Like, I don't even understand what's happening. Like, I'm here, that didn't feel good, this feels okay, this is strange. I don't know. Like, I feel like there's a, not confusion, but just like kind of an uncertainty. Like you're watching a weird, strange movie happening before you. It's your life and you're like not fully integrated into it. And then somebody came in and said something and it really like kind of brought you back into like, whoa, like, oh, do I do this? Am I like this? Am I not? Am I avoiding something? Hold on, my cat just wants to come inside. I mean, outside. So it's like there's a lack of fulfillment. It's like you have a lot of things that you need. You're not lacking anything, but like physically, financially, there might not be actual lack in your life, but you feel like something might be missing. I feel like you've been taken off course a little bit. And this group is very, very, very strange. I want to continue going into the cards. Like, this is like some otherworldly kind of stuff. You guys, I feel like, are not fully in your body right now. Here come the crows to tell you to ground into your body. I feel like you are very magical, mystical, intuitive people, and good opportunities come to you. Good things come to you, and you have good things in your life, and you're able to work with the energies around you, and you know how to communicate and talk with people. But I just feel like there's some type of a strange disconnection. I don't even know what that means. Like I said, you're like kind of outside looking in, like everything is a movie, and you're trying to put the pieces together, but you don't know what's going on. It's like something is taking you off course from like being like grounded within yourself right now. So let's see what that's about. Okay, wow, I really had a feeling this was going to come up, this card. There's nothing on it. It's just about personal power and self-empowerment. Okay, that's interesting. Embracing the shadow. Again, this reading is kind of all over the place. Clearing karma. Okay. I don't even know like where to go with this. Like, are you somebody who, like, we have power, like, master number 33 here. 13 and 32. Wow. So lots of threes. I feel like, okay, some of you might be older and like older in age or in earth years. Some of you might be older in soul years, but a little bit younger. You could be connected with like the Fae or especially like ETs. You might really resonate with being a starseed. But if you're someone who's older, I feel like you've kind of lived your life, you've gone through a lot of experiences, and you know a lot, and you've had a lot of spiritual awakenings, you've had a lot of spiritual experiences, you've seen a lot through meditations and through like shamanic journeying, or maybe even plant medicines, if that's something that you've done in your life. And now you're kind of just like, I don't know, it's like literally like a blank slate. Like there's some type of a blank slate, like you're not missing out on anything, but there's a little bit of like an element of being too ungrounded, that you're kind of off course and you're kind of just like floating around like this is so weird. Are you like a spiritual advisor or something? Like, are you an ascended master? I don't know where to go with this. Like, my crown chakra and my third eye like are actually hurting right now. Like, my head is starting to hurt. Embracing the shadow. Like, you've rode the roller coaster. I feel like you're a very experienced person. You've rode the roller coaster. You kind of like know what's going on, but you're kind of just like, okay, but what's actually going on? Because the more you know, the less you know. Or the more you find out, the less you actually know. Like, what does this mean? What is the new moon in Gemini bringing for you? Mental strength. It's like, are you testing yourself? Are you like playing a game with yourself and playing game? Like now I'm getting kind of like jester or like fool type energy now. Calmness, like there's no like straight line here with you. Oh my god, I got 4 cards. You're the only group that got 4 cards. I didn't even realize that. Trust. Okay, another like third eye stone. And passion with ruby. This, honestly, you guys, like, please tell me below what the F is going on with you. This is the weirdest reading ever. There is no straight line with you here. Like, I cannot like tune into like a streamline of what is actually going on with you. I feel like you're a master of nothing. A master of none, is that the word? You can do many things, but you're like a master of none, but you're like a master of yourself. I feel like you're just like in a really playful vibe. It's funny because at first I felt like somebody kind of hurt your feelings. Maybe because they're like someone's trying to like reach you and they may have said something to you that you didn't realize that you were a certain type of way in this moment. Like you're not like inconsiderate or something, or you don't have time for, you're not really giving people the attention and the time that they need within like the relationships that really matter. Like somebody like really needs like some type of a support from you, but you're kind of like all over the place. And it's not necessarily bad, but it's something to be proud of. Actually, it's something really cool that you've achieved, but it's going to get old, or it's going to get boring, or it's going to get like you're going nowhere. Like you've unlocked some type of a spiritual or mental door. You've achieved some type of like mastery within yourself, but it's like, what are you conquering here on earth right now? Maybe set some new goals, because this is going to get old fast and people are going to get tired of it. Like, what are you actually passionate about? Okay? Like, this is so strange. What are you actually ask yourself during this new moon in Gemini, what are you actually passionate about? And if somebody has an opinion about you or an observation about you that they've noticed, don't just dismiss it. Try to listen to what people around you who love you have to say or are saying to you about your behavior, because they might be coming from a place of hurt. Maybe it's them that are hurt. There's something going on with somebody that like they are going through something and they need your support, and I feel like they feel like you're out of reach. So it's like you're not focused right now on things that really matter. You're like more focused on like, or just you're kind of just like playing in the ethers. Like you might like to meditate a lot or like even sleep a lot because of your dreams. You know what I mean? And so, sorry, my phone keeps ringing. And we need to get grounded. So the hematite here, it's saying mental strength, but it's also really about like being grounded. Like the third eye is completely open. Like you have all of these amazing things. Like all your chakras are like, I mean, your higher chakras are very open and activated. And like I said, you're a master and you've gone through the motions of life, and you could be someone who is more mature. But we need to come back to earth a little bit, because you're still here and you haven't fully conquered everything in your life, and we're in a body on earth for a reason. So with this new moon in Gemini, I feel like it's telling you to get more grounded. So maybe you've been fasting, maybe you've been doing lots of things that are keeping you out of your body. We need to do things that will bring you down to earth, like eating meat or heavy foods, putting your feet on the ground, just sitting outside, like connecting to nature, doing something dirty, like digging a hole. I don't know. Anything that makes you more grounded, actually listening to people or sitting with people through their feelings and just being like that support. We need to get you there, okay? It's not necessarily bad. It's just like, let's get back on track with what we want to continue to achieve in life. This is a very strange reading. I don't even know if this is going to make sense for any of you guys. Last astrology cards for this reading. 11th house community. Okay, so there we go. That's Aquarius. That's the house of Aquarius. So that's very strange, weird, out there. Again, very alien, very detached. very advanced in their mental abilities and their intuitive abilities and their clairvoyant and claircognizant abilities. But also, Aquarius is very focused on the whole, the collective, and like reaching out and being like a human and being that alien, having a human experience, you know? So it's coming back into the body and reaching out to people, talking to people, being part of a community. Partnership, Juno. Okay, so there's somebody who really is looking for that nurturing from you. Somebody is lacking nurture from you. And it's a very important relationship that you need to feed that. I feel like you're just like, you're not doing it on purpose, and you might have not even realized, but you've been a little bit out of reach lately. Okay, and conjunction, alliance. So there needs to be a coming together of two things. Maybe you feel incomplete because you have been searching for your other half. This could be a call to do some type of relationship therapy, or be open to, if you're single, meeting new people and having that merging with somebody, because I feel like you benefit from being, you know, open, communicative, and nurturing with somebody, because it will help you stay on earth and help you stay on track with what you need to accomplish in life. So that's what's happening with the new moon, connecting more to yourself, to the earth, to others. Now we're gonna end the reading by asking 3 of your yes or no questions with the dowsing rods. Okay, so think of your first question. Okay, so that's a yes. Think of your second question. Okay, that's a no. And think of your third question. All right, that's also a no. So thank you so much. If this reading resonated with you, please let us know by leaving a flower emoji in the comments. Thank you so much. Sending you so many crystal blessings for this new moon, and see you next time. Bye.